Who should Roman Reigns face next? It will shock you. Roman Reigns has shared the ring with many of WWE's biggest names, from Seth Rollins to John Cena, and every time he steps inside the squared circle, he delivers a world-class performance. His dominance and consistency over the years have made him one of the most celebrated and respected figures in WWE history. As the original tribal chief, Reigns has built a legacy that few can match, and that's why WWE must be very strategic about who he faces next. Each of his rivalries carries weight, and his opponents must be carefully chosen to maintain his aura and elevate the storyline. Unlike some of WWE's full-time superstars, Reigns' schedule is limited, but that scarcity only adds to his appeal. When he appears, fans know it's special. His presence feels like an event in itself, and that makes every appearance and match feel important. With Seth Rollins reportedly sidelined with an injury, their much-anticipated feud seems to be on hold for now, forcing WWE to rethink its creative direction for Reigns as the road to the company's biggest shows begins. This could be the perfect opportunity for WWE to explore new rivalries or revisit old ones with a fresh twist. Reigns' character thrives on power, dominance, and storytelling, so whoever steps up next must bring intensity and credibility to match his status. Whether it's a rising star looking to make a name by challenging the top dog or a returning legend aiming to dethrone him, the stakes will always be high. Fans have come to expect nothing less than blockbuster moments when Reigns competes, and WWE will need to deliver just that. As the anticipation builds, one thing remains clear: Roman Reigns continues to stand tall as the centerpiece of WWE, and every move he makes shapes the future of the company. Number 1. Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker has proven to be one of the most explosive young stars in WWE today. With unmatched strength, intensity, and charisma, he's quickly risen through the ranks of NXT and the main roster. Recently, Breakker made headlines when he viciously turned on Seth Rollins, signaling a major shift in his character and ambitions. His brutal attack showed that Breakker isn't just another powerhouse, he's a dangerous competitor hungry for greatness. Now the WWE Universe is buzzing about what could come next for the former Intercontinental Champion. One name stands tall as the ultimate test: Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief. Reigns has been at the top of WWE for years, but a rivalry with Bron Breakker would bring something fresh and unpredictable. While Reigns has battled many elite superstars, his most recent feud involved Bronson Reed. That's why a clash with Breakker would feel new and intense. Breakker's rapid development makes this matchup even more exciting. Fans want to see whether he can truly hang with someone as dominant and experienced as Roman Reigns. A confrontation between these two powerhouses would be nothing short of a war, two unstoppable forces colliding to determine who the real alpha is in WWE. For Breakker, this would be a career-defining opportunity. He has all the athleticism and aggression needed to make a statement, but facing Reigns would show if he can perform at the absolute top level. If WWE wants to elevate Breakker into the main event scene, this feud could be the perfect way to do it. A win or even a strong performance against the original tribal chief could officially mark Bron Breakker's arrival as one of WWE's next megastars. Number 2. Femi. Femi has dominated NXT like few others before him. As a former NXT champion, Femi's power, composure, and confidence have made him one of WWE's most promising young talents. With his time in the developmental brand now complete, the next logical step is clear. It's time for Femi to move to the main roster and make an immediate impact. If WWE truly wants to make Femi feel like a major star right out of the gate, then there's no better way than putting him face-to-face with Roman Reigns. A feud with Reigns, one of the most decorated and respected names in the company's history, would instantly elevate Femi's credibility. Few superstars in WWE can give a rising star the kind of rub that Reigns can. Femi has all the tools to succeed: a powerhouse physique, incredible athleticism, and a cool, intimidating aura. What he needs now is the right stage to prove that he belongs among the elite. A heated rivalry with Roman Reigns could be that stage. Fans would immediately recognize him as a legitimate monster and future top star. This storyline wouldn't just benefit Femi, it would refresh Reigns' own character too. Facing a dominant, young challenger like Femi would create a compelling dynamic: the battle-tested tribal chief versus the unstoppable new force. Femi's natural intensity and raw power could push Reigns to his limits, making every match feel like a clash of titans. By booking Femi in a competitive, hard-hitting feud with Reigns, WWE could establish him as the next big thing, a rising monster who's here to conquer. It's the perfect way to introduce him to the world and make fans believe that a new era of dominance has arrived. Number 3. Gunther. Gunther has built his legacy on discipline, precision, and domination. As one of WWE's most respected and feared athletes, he's redefined what it means to be a champion through his brutal style and unmatched consistency. Yet despite both men ruling WWE for years, Roman Reigns and Gunther have never shared the same ring. That alone makes a potential match between them one of the most highly anticipated encounters in modern wrestling. With Reigns now positioned as a babyface following years of dominance as the tribal chief, Gunther would serve as the perfect villainous counterpart. The ring general's cold, methodical approach contrasts beautifully with Reigns' emotional intensity and larger-than-life charisma. Fans would instantly buy into this as a true clash of titans, two world-class athletes battling for supremacy and respect. Gunther's reputation as a legitimate threat is unmatched. Few men have been able to dominate the ring the way he does, and his presence alone commands attention. Facing Roman Reigns would test every ounce of his skill and in turn, push Reigns to bring out his most resilient side. This feud could redefine the main event scene. Imagine the brutality, the storytelling, and the athletic excellence that both men could deliver. Every chop, spear, and powerbomb would feel like a statement of dominance. WWE fans have long wanted to see this dream match, and now, with both men evolving into complete performers, the timing couldn't be better. Gunther vs. Roman Reigns isn't just another match, it's an era-defining showdown between two of the most powerful forces in wrestling today. A feud like this could headline any major premium live event and would likely go down as one of the hardest-hitting rivalries in WWE history. Number 4. Randy Orton. Randy Orton and Roman Reigns are two of the most iconic names in WWE, but surprisingly they haven't had a proper rivalry in over a decade. Their last major feud took place back in 2014, and since then both men have evolved tremendously. Reigns has risen to become the tribal chief and one of the greatest champions in modern WWE history, while Orton has matured into a respected veteran and fan favorite. Revisiting this feud now would be fascinating because it would no longer be about proving who's better, it would be about legacy, pride, and dominance. In 2014, Orton was already established while Reigns was still climbing the ladder. But today, they stand as equals, two warriors from different generations with something to prove. A modern rivalry between Reigns and Orton would be compelling for both characters. For Orton, it's a chance to show that the Viper still has plenty of venom left and that he can hang with the very best. For Reigns, it's about defending his legacy against one of WWE's most decorated and cunning superstars. The story writes itself, two alpha competitors with history, mutual respect, and unfinished business. Their chemistry in the ring is undeniable and their promo exchanges could be electric. At this stage in his career, Orton deserves a meaningful storyline that highlights his brilliance rather than relying solely on nostalgia. Meanwhile, Reigns could benefit from facing a familiar rival who truly knows how to push him psychologically and physically. A renewed feud between Randy Orton and Roman Reigns would feel epic, two legends crossing paths once again, with both determined to prove that they still reign supreme in WWE's ever-evolving landscape. Number 5. Aleister Black. Aleister Black's long-awaited return to WWE on SmackDown has reignited excitement among fans who have missed his dark charisma and unmatched in-ring ability. Known for his chilling aura, masterful striking, and mind games, Black represents a completely different type of challenge for anyone who steps in the ring with him. And if WWE truly wants to shift gears for Roman Reigns, a feud with Aleister Black could be the perfect way to do it. These two men have never wrestled each other, which instantly makes the matchup feel fresh and unpredictable. Reigns has faced powerhouse brawlers, high flyers, and technical masters, but never someone like Aleister Black. His mix of precision kicks, psychological warfare, and mysterious storytelling would push Reigns into an entirely new direction creatively and physically. For Aleister, this would be the biggest opportunity of his career. After years of inconsistent booking, Black needs a significant push to reclaim his rightful place among WWE's elite. Facing Roman Reigns would check that box and give him the spotlight he deserves. The idea of the dark antihero challenging the tribal chief creates a powerful visual: light versus shadow, dominance versus mysticism. In-ring, this feud could produce some of the most unique and hard-hitting matches in recent memory. Black's striking style could expose a more aggressive, desperate side of Reigns, something we haven't seen since his early days as the Bloodline leader. Beyond the physicality, the promos alone would be pure gold. Black's cryptic, poetic delivery would clash beautifully with Reigns' confident, commanding presence. It would be an artistic yet brutal rivalry that captures everything fans love about storytelling in wrestling. If WWE wants to reinvent Reigns' next chapter while elevating a returning superstar, Roman Reigns versus Aleister Black could be one of the most intriguing feuds of the modern era. Number 6. Dominic Mysterio. Over the past 2 years, Dominic Mysterio has evolved from a soft-spoken rookie into one of WWE's most despised heels. Once living in the shadow of his legendary father, Dominic has built his own identity, dirty, mastered the art of getting heat from the crowd like no one else. Fans love to hate him, and that's what makes him so valuable to WWE storytelling today. Shockingly, Roman Reigns and Dominic Mysterio have never had a singles match, but now might be the perfect time to change that. For years, Dominic wasn't considered on Reigns' level, but those days are gone. His character work, confidence, and improved in-ring presence have made him one of the most entertaining and talked-about performers in the company. With Reigns now working as a top babyface following his Bloodline saga, a feud with Dirty Dom would be pure storytelling gold. The WWE Universe would be emotionally invested from day one. The idea of Dominic trying to manipulate or disrespect the tribal chief could create fiery promos and intense crowd reactions week after week. Imagine the segments: Dominic mocking Reigns' leadership, calling him washed up and claiming he's the new generation's tribal chief. It would be arrogance versus experience, immaturity versus legacy. Reigns could use the feud to remind fans why he's still the most dominant presence in the company, while Dominic could cement his role as WWE's future top villain. From a business perspective, it's a win-win. Dominic would get the biggest rub of his career, and Reigns would get a fresh opponent capable of generating massive crowd energy. WWE could easily build this into a high-profile pay-per-view feud with emotional stakes and entertaining segments. It's time for Dirty Dom to step into the ring with Roman Reigns and prove that the loudest boos in the arena truly belong to him. Number 7. The Rock. For years, the WWE Universe has dreamed of seeing Roman Reigns versus The Rock, a generational showdown between two cousins, two icons, and two of the biggest names in sports entertainment history. Despite being teased multiple times, it's a match that has never officially happened, and fans refuse to let go of the hope that it someday will. The Rock's in-ring future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: if WWE ever wants to create the ultimate spectacle, this is the match that must happen. It's not just a storyline, it's a family legacy coming full circle. When The Rock returned to team up with Reigns previously, it felt like a step towards something bigger. The next logical move is for them to finally face each other in a battle for dominance within their legendary Samoan bloodline. This feud could be framed as the ultimate passing of the torch moment. The Rock, known as the final boss, could challenge Reigns' claim to being the tribal chief, leading to a deeply emotional and personal storyline. Their promos alone could headline shows, blending real-life family tension with cinematic storytelling. For The Rock, this could serve as a legendary farewell match, one final chapter against the man who carried WWE in his absence. For Reigns, it would be the ultimate validation of his era-defining run. From a business standpoint, this feud would be a blockbuster, guaranteed to draw massive viewership and mainstream attention. WrestleMania would be the ideal stage for it, under the lights with family watching on. If WWE wants to make history and deliver one of the most memorable moments of all time, Roman Reigns versus The Rock isn't just a match, it's destiny. Number 8. CM Punk. If there's one storyline that could shake WWE to its core, it's Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. These two men share a rich history that stretches back to the early days of The Shield, when Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose were assigned to protect Punk during his prime run. Now, years later, both have become generational icons in their own right. The stage is perfectly set for one final, explosive confrontation. At Survivor Series War Games, Punk helped Reigns in a shocking twist that reminded fans just how connected their legacies still are. That moment opened the door to a potential feud that could be one of the biggest money matches in modern WWE history. The chemistry between Punk and Reigns would be electric. Punk's rebellious, outspoken personality against Reigns' confident, composed demeanor creates a natural clash of philosophies. Punk represents defiance and freedom, Reigns represents dominance and order. Together, they could craft a narrative that feels deeply personal and rooted in real-life tension. In the ring, both men can tell stories that captivate audiences. Their promo battles would be legendary, Punk's sharp tongue versus Reigns' commanding presence. Fans would hang onto every word, making this a feud that feels alive both on television and social media. This rivalry would also symbolize two eras colliding. Punk, the voice of the voiceless, versus Reigns, the face of WWE's modern empire. It's more than a feud, it's a statement about legacy, respect, and redemption. If WWE truly wants to deliver something unforgettable, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns is the match that needs to happen. It's personal, it's historic, and it has all the ingredients to become one of the greatest rivalries of this generation.